It's Splat time!
Yes, welcome to Splatalot, the magical, messy kingdom where 10 brave young warriors go head-to-head with those despicable defenders as they compete to capture the much-treasured Splatalot crown.
Okay, that's cool. No, it's not!
Can the defenders keep the castle safe from the attackers, or will our young warriors find a true champion to rule the kingdom?
I love my job!
One thing's for sure, there will be the odd tumble, the occasional tilt, a hint of tutor, and a whole load of splat! Hello, I'm Dick.
I'm Dom.
And this is Splatalot.
That's right. It's not splat a little, or splat a medium amount. It's splat a lot!
Yes, and you won't find another show with more splats per minute or more splats per square centimetre.
And that's because of the 3 amazing courses that are located in the castle grounds.
All 10 attackers will attempt to cross the merciless moat.
The fastest 6 will then try to ditch the dungeon, but only 4 will survive.
They will head to the final, and after a huge splat battle, one worthy attacker will emerge with the Splatalot crown.
Let's take a closer look at that first round.
The moat challenge starts with the Splatterpult,
which hurls the attackers up in the air and towards this target in the moat.
Then it's up the slippery slope and onto the mace.
Those spikes and blades look simply divine in the sunshine.
Then it's down the impossible incline and onto the beastly battle axes.
And to ensure we get our fair share of splats, the water blast is on standby.
The wobbly bridge of disaster follows, which has to be crossed in order to reach the even wobblier wavering warhead, the final obstacle before the finish line, and a well-earned breather.
Whew, it's pretty exhausting just describing it.
Well, there's no time to rest just yet, because we've got the you-know-who's to introduce.
Oh, yes, I do know who's. The defenders! All 6 will be featuring in the final. But defending the moat, we have this terrifying trio.
The feather-flaunting taunter, Kookaburra.
The scary, single-minded, straight-talking Splatmeister Scab.
And finally, the knight who makes our day, Medivh.
Oh, Splat now! I'm gonna make you my little brother!
What were you saying at the end there?
Cross.
What's on?
Wax on.
What?
Wax
Yeah,
on.
she might make our day, but she's not exactly clear as day.
All right, let's do this.
So, Kook's on the Aqualizer, Medivh's on the handheld Splatzuka, and Scab's on the Big Daddy Splatzuka.
Here's attacker number 1, Emily.
I didn't know there was water involved.
Okay, let's call the whole thing off.
Too late. Grubby fish tank.
Let's capture that moment when aspiring model Emily spots the water. There it is. And there's the water.
Hey, Emily, camera's right here. Ah!
Tinkering oaf. Well, it didn't take Scab long to find his aim.
Looks like Emily didn't know there were going to be splats either.
Down the incline, and you yes the dangle. Not exactly her finest moment.
Unless she wanted to be in Bad Balance Weekly, my favourite mag.
I thought you subscribed to Bad Gag Daily. Back to Emily at the bridge, which Kook is guarding.
This is gonna be a splat work. I want you to show me a little something. Right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. That's it.
Oh, slippy grippies.
Lucky!
Here's another one for you.
Please don't.
Look, she's on the front cover of Splattery Fair. And here's her photo finish.
5:36 should see Emily through to round 2.
Pablo is named after apples.
Oh, what's that under Collin's nose?
It's all right. I don't think anyone's noticed.
Collin, I must ask you a question, or shall I save it for later?
Do you still think no one's noticed?
Well, maybe just Scab.
Colin, down the incline. He leaps for the axes, but provisional plunket.
Something tells me that didn't go to plan. Collin overbalanced and reached out for some help, but the battle axes aren't really the helpful type.
But he's back up and ready to try again.
Take Collin at the feet! Ow! Ow!
Oh dear, Medivh started with the tash taunts.
I'm sure Collin will just turn his nose up at her.
Blobby porridge!
That was an amazing splat! He tried to ignore Medivh's moustache mischief, but then it all just got a bit hairy.
Don't you start. The poor lad's just done an incredible cartwheel into the moat. Give him a break!
I'd like to, but I don't think that time of 9:07 will cut it.
Well, at least that might mean he won't have to suffer any more bad tash attacks.
I quite liked the boy. He had style.
Thanks, Kookaburra. Can we move on, please? Here's our next splatterpulting attacker, Summer.
Destroy you!
Destroy you? That's not exactly my idea of a typical summer.
Oh, Jam Kisser! That's more like it. Now we've got a wet Summer.
The replay shows just what those spikes on the mace are for. They're trip, slip, splat hazards.
Yes, everything on this course is designed to keep the splat count high.
Onto the bridge of disaster now. Will she destroy it?
Start slowly and steadily, but then splatterly.
Your fairy should have called you Fall, not Summer.
I think she means fall as in autumn.
Or fall as in all fall joke.
Either way, Summer has managed to spring over the finish line, but she won't win today. With that time of 8:41.
Your half-baked jokes really need some seasoning.
Poopsie corn!
Nick wants to be a director.
Films or traffic?
Hello, Nick. I'd like to audition for you. You be Romeo, I'll be Juliet.
Romeo, you're so handsome. I like your helmet.
Cook's gone a bit off script.
Your line. No, you missed your line.
Well, Cook's improvised audition seems to have thrown Nick completely.
Script. We'll go from the top.
No, Cook. We'll cut to the credits. Not quite star billing for Nick, but 708 might be good enough.
I don't have a war cry.
Ah, that's a very clever war cry, Jordan.
No, didn't you hear him? He said he didn't have one.
Whoa!
Jordan flies, Scab fires, and the slime ball misses.
Unusual.
Scab is not doing very well today, Medivh.
You wasn't even close.
But it wasn't that easy a splat. I'm sure he'll... Oh, missed again!
What have you got to say about that, Scab?
Jordan's at the axes, but still within Scab's range.
I quit. I give up.
I don't think he meant that, Scab fans.
Are there any Scab fans?
Jordan's down.
No more defending for me. I'm out. No more.
Well, a double whammy. Scab's quit and Jordan's the fastest so far.
Come on, Jordan, show me how you get down.
He may be the fastest, but I don't think he's the grooviest.
Well, now he's the gooeyest.
So halfway in, Jordan leads with 317, followed by Emily, Nick, Summer, and Collin, who's in 5th place with 907. Ew, what was that?
Oh, look, it's Scab on the Splatzooka.
Whoa! You know what? It's a shame he's quit. I'm really going to miss him.
Yeah. Well, he's not exactly missing you, is he? So, can the next 5 attackers do better than the first 5?
And who's going to replace Scab?
Only Splatalot has the answers. So, we're halfway through round 1. 6 attackers will progress to the next stage. And with only 5 more to come, we can safely say that our current leader, Jordan, has already qualified. But as we can see, that hasn't been the only talking point, as Scab has left the show.
Yeah, and I, for one, will be glad to see the back of him.
Yeah.
What about the front of him?
Ah!
Mr. Scab to you.
Mr. Scab, we thought you'd quit the show.
Yes, but now I'm unquitting. When I saw you earlier, I thought, okay, one last splat, then I'll go. But then I realized I was born to do this, so I'm back. Scab rules! Scab!
Well, that was the shortest resignation in history.
Time for the leaderboard, I think. Jordan safely through to the next round with 317. But all Emily, Nick, Summer, and Collin can do is wait to see if their times are going to be good enough.
The defenders are out on the moat. Kook's on the equalizer, Medivh's on the slimy slicer, and look who it is, back on the Splatzooka.
Here's my.
Let's get this party started.
Over to you, Scab.
Ball! Finally. There we go.
Ah, Scab's back in the zone.
Great.
Hey, you should take all the credit for his return to form. If Scab hadn't used you for target practice, he might have left the show.
Please don't mention it ever again.
Me father! Oh, and another me father! I don't believe it, a third me father! A fourth me father! And here goes another, a fifth me father!
Have we finished now with the me fathers?
Yes, absolutely. We've finished now. Me father!
Oh, and after all that me fathering, Mai might be in a little bit of trouble with that time of 10:43.
Have some of that, Mai. Our next attacker, Tyrell, is already on the mace. Sorry, no, already off the mace.
Here's his battle cry.
I like trains.
I like drains.
I like trains.
Good for you, but why does Tyrell like drains?
Medivh,
Yes.
this train has only one stop, and that's Splat Town.
Swat nuts!
On the money.
Tyrell decides to get out of Splattown on the Incline Express, but sweet baby flip-flops!
Yeah, sadly for Tyrell, the Incline Express was heading directly for Moatsville, which is a place none of us want to visit.
But with that excellent time of 4:15, Tyrell will be paying a visit to round 2.
Here's our next attacker, Alanna.
I'm the queen of the castle, and you're the dirty rascals.
How rude.
But accurate.
Alanna's got the battle axes and Medivh to contend with.
You know what that is, girl? That's my limeade.
Surely she means Slimeade.
When life gives you lemons, make limeade, child.
Or when life gives you Medivh, make for the moat.
Yes, with Medivh making no sense whatsoever, Alanna decides the safest place is underwater.
She's soon back up, though.
G'day, gorgeous. You look great in purple.
Thank you.
How do I look?
Green isn't your color.
Okay, that's cool. No, it's not!
Oh, Cook's not happy, and that results in a trip to the moat.
So close yet so far. Should have been nice to me.
It's not her job to be nice to you, Cook. It's her job to make it to round 2. And with 4:45, she has. Nice one, Alanna.
My green's better than Cook's.
Easy, Victoria. Cook's not in a good mood right now.
Great takeoff from the Splatterpult. Not too sure about the landing, though.
G'day, Vicky. You know, Vicky, I found all the best things in life are green. Am I right? Me, broccoli, what else? You, trees, boogers.
Boogers? Kook, of course, means... Bogies! Hang on, if I quickly draw a nose here, then look what Vicky becomes.
Disgusting. Back to Victoria, and 8:17 could be good enough to qualify.
Let's have some victory goo, then.
Oh, blue? What's good that's blue?
What you say?
Awkward.
Here's our final attacker, Joshua, who survives one slip on the mace, but not the next.
Punky boo-boo.
Mashed potatoes!
If that battle cry doesn't terrify the defenders, I don't know what will.
When he's not being splatted, Joshua builds computers.
Ah, why did you say computers? We've crashed.
Might I suggest Control-Alt-Delete?
Okay, Scab, Control-Alt-Delete.
No, don't. Oh, great.
Gone all blurry, you're all pixelated. Change your resolution, we can't see anything.
Well, how do we do that?
I don't know.
Kook?
Go to settings.
Yep.
Then go to functions.
Okay.
Control-Tab Escape.
Right.
Are you double clicking?
No.
That's the problem.
Oh, what a way to reboot. Poor young Joshua had been left hanging, but when the game restarted, he was left in a 360 spin slip splat.
And despite all the technical glitches, Joshua completed the course in 6:22.
So what does Alt-Shift-Escape do? Ah, now I know.
So, round 1 is complete, and the 6 fastest attackers are Jordan, Tyrell, Alanna, Emily, Joshua, and Nick. Right, we better get this fixed before round 2. Oh, not you as well. Sorry, he appears to be buffering. Okay, well, I'm sure the normal service of slips, splats, and balls of doom will resume right after we get onto the IT helpline. Lovey, don't worry. They're sending over a computer bot in right now.
Good day, sir!
Ah, about time.
How can I be of service?
It's my friend. He's buffering.
Maybe you have insufficient bandwidth. Have you perchance contacted your internet service provider?
Well, we haven't got time. Look, we're making a TV show. Is there anything you can do right now?
Might I suggest the following? Would you mind awfully?
What? Oh.
Get off!
Oh, that's brilliant!
Thank you.
All right, before you go, is there anything you can do about this?
Have you tried turning it off and on again? Good day to you.
Very familiar, that fella.
Right, where were we? Oh, yes, time to look at the leaderboard. Our 6 fastest attackers are Jordan, Tyrell, Alanna, Emily, Joshua, and Nick.
So, let's reveal the course that stands between them and the final.
It's called Ditch the Dungeon, and this is how it works.
Before ascending the loathsome ladder, the attackers must escape the stock market and then make their way over the slippery splat walk.
It's then time to climb that ladder and escape the dungeon.
But in their way will be 3 defenders with a host of slimy weaponry.
They will be trying to stop the attackers escaping the dungeon and claiming one of 4 flags, each representing a place in the final.
Now, the defenders had quite a first round. First, threats of resignation, and then a computer masterclass.
So what will the next 3 bring to the table?
Well, this guy normally brings a snack. It's...
Bane. Then we have Smiley on the outside, Slimy on the inside.
Fatal.
And finally, he's pricklier than a porcupine eating an unpeeled pineapple.
Thorn!
Time to defend.
Oi! Did you say soy?
Well, they look about as ready as they'll ever be.
In the stock market, we have Jordan, Tyrell, Nick, Alanna, Josh, and Emily, all ready to go.
Thorn is also ready, Fatal is as keen as ever, and even Bane looks focused. And they're off. The attackers break free, and Thorn starts frothing.
They now force the gate open, and the splat walk awaits.
You know what they say about me, kids? I'm bad to the bone.
I think that's Tyrell.
Tyrell, slow down, man. What are you doing?
Tyrell's made a good start, but that's just drawn attention to him, and that's the last thing he wants.
It's probably the last thing the other attackers want either. See what I mean?
Yes, they are directly in his splat stream, so to speak, and Tyrell has no choice but to take them all on a trip to the moat.
Splat stream, I like it. But slipstream also works pretty well on this course.
Emily, what is that smell you're wearing? I smell good, okay?
How's this for being fragrant?
Prawn sniff!
Thorn goes Emily, but she stands firm.
Unlike the rest, who all cascade back down the loathsome ladder.
Fatal now tries to dislodge her.
No, not my feet!
This time, Emily can't hold on, and down she goes, joining Jordan in the bilge.
Let's recapture the moment for her. Smiley, slippy, slidey, splatty, moaty.
Joshua climbs, but he's lost his grip, and he takes Jordan with him.
Jordan just can't keep out the water.
Tyrell making steady progress.
Tyrell, have I got a ball for you?
Oh no, it's the Ball of Doom! But the Doom Ball Express hasn't derailed Tyrell.
Tyrell!
Slow down, bro. This isn't a race.
It is me.
Well said, Tyrell. Of course it's a race vein.
Fatal now using the pokey pike, which I have to say I don't agree with. And poor Tyrell is back where he started.
Emily and Josh take the lead. Oh, but Josh is down, and he collides with Nick.
Yes, Joshua slips, but I think Fatal's slime ball was heading for him anyway. And then unsuspecting Nick gets caught up in Joshua's downward journey.
Get another ball, you Vital!
Do these things just grow on trees? Ball of doom!
Emily, I'm just trying to hose you off, you stink.
Fade's taunts and splats have no impact on Emily, but they do on Jordan.
And he, in turn, takes out Alanna and almost Joshua as well.
Whoa, good leap from Josh to avoid the oncoming splat.
Emily's almost at the top. Oh, but the extra surge of water stops her.
I love my job. I don't get paid, but I love it.
It's Jordan's job to get to the top of the dungeon, but just look at this water, and now slime too.
He slips, and there he goes.
In fact, it's a Splatalot. All of the attackers are down.
You guys are doing great. The point is to take as long as possible.
Fatal, you're not helping.
Nick is now in the lead, followed by Alanna. Once again, they're blasted and soaked with slime.
Fatal resorts to the pokey pike again, but she can't stop both of them. And Alanna's through!
Yes, Alanna is our first finalist, and Nick also makes it across.
The defenders are in disarray as Tyrell makes his move, but he slips, leaving Emily and Jordan to claim the last two places.
Poor Tyrell, so close.
And that's it! We have our 4 finalists, so round 2 is complete.
Horn smells defeat.
And Josh is off his feet as he takes the slide of shame.
Well, they have every right to be happy. You've got to feel sorry for the losers, though, especially Tyrell.
So let's get confirmation of that result on our leaderboard.
Our 4 finalists today are Alanna, Nick, Emily, and Jordan. What a great round!
I've still got a problem with that pokey pike. It gives the defenders an unfair advantage.
Well, as opposed to the slime, water torrents, and balls of doom.
Fair point.
Well, actually, it's an unfair point. That's my point. I mean, what's fair about the final round? The odds are stacked heavily against the attackers, but I think that just makes them even more heroic. Okay, it's time for a splat stat attack. Take it away, you.
Emily and Nick have the worst records going into the final, with Emily just slightly ahead. But Alanna and Jordan can't be separated. They've both won a round and they've both finished third, making them joint favourites.
How exciting! Tell you what, I'll cheer on Alanna and you can support Jordan.
All right, pie in the face for the loser.
Okay, deal. No? Okay, so I'll find this once again.
Alanna, Nick, Emily and Jordan. 4 brave and bold attackers, but there can be only one winner.
You say there can only be one winner.
Yes, I just did.
But what if no one manages to finish?
Well, then I suppose technically the defenders will have won, so one way or another, there'll definitely be a winner.
Can you imagine how smug they'd be if they did win?
Oh, please, they wouldn't stop going on about it for weeks. It would be terrible. All 6 defend the final course, which looks like this.
Surprise! Yes, the final's at night, which is great for 2 reasons. The course looks amazing.
Plus, it's way past our bedtimes.
The attackers start in the Dire Mire, home of the barrier of all barriers.
Then it's a teetering trip across those terrifying tees, which are a hop, step and splat away from the spinning scary-go-round.
Once on board, the attackers have to get up and over the annihilating arm before landing on the gruesome twosome.
Then they have to tiptoe carefully past the incredibly crafty clobbering cannons and head down the royal ramps.
The slippery rock wall is then all that stands between Alanna and the majestic Splatalot crown.
I think you mean Jordan.
To be fair, there are 4 finalists.
And here they are. Jordan's in orange, Emily's in pink, Nick's in green and yellow, and Alanna's in purple.
The defenders are prepping their weapons.
Hang on, who's that with Fatal?
He looks familiar. But the final's underway. Through the moat mist, the attackers approach the Dire Mire.
Emily is the first over the barrier. Nick's not too far behind, but the others are struggling.
So Emily has the early lead.
Emily, you have to do a splat walk across the keys. They're all in the hips, girl.
Like this.
It's all in the hips.
Emily needs to ignore all that nonsense. Gravity limpet.
Nick's turn. Well, that didn't last long.
Here's Jordan, and he bravely leaps and boldly splats.
And finally, Alanna has a go. Oh, Hopple Jeff.
Well, all 4 attackers have tackled the tees, but no one's triumphed yet.
That was a pretty triumphant splat, though, from Alanna.
Jordan tries again. This looks promising. And yes, he's over.
Alanna's hot on his heels, but she can't follow in his footsteps.
Why these attackers are taking their fair time. Isn't that right, Vidal?
Scab, why do you have the mustache on?
Oh, no. By day I'm Scab. By night I am Scabbington.
Hey, that's the guy who fixed you earlier.
Chortle.
I like him.
Well, Scabbington has allowed Alanna over the tees.
And Nick's at the annihilating arm.
Are you going to defend like Scab?
Oh, absolutely, my dear.
Well, he's certainly more polite than Scab.
What's his aim like, though?
Incoming!
Shepton Mallet, just the same, and Nick lands in the moat.
Emily just about makes it over the tees. So with all 4 attackers over, this final is still wide open.
Alanna's at the annihilating arm. She grabs hold of it, and now she needs to climb over. But no, she's moatward bound.
Oh, and Jordan's also blocked by the arm. Do you get anything for repair in this game? No. Emily's turn to try the arm. She leaps and now sort of hangs on and now sort of slips and splats.
Now, if you look at those splats from another angle, we can see our 3 attackers who are about to deal with the arm. Alanna gets the elbow, and almost immediately, Jordan is dealt with in the same offhand manner. And finally, Emily's given the cold shoulder and a cold bath to boot.
Well, this is a rare moment on Splatalot. All 4 attackers are on the scary-go-round at the same time.
There must be 50 ways to splat your attacker.
Ooh, Thorn's let loose with the vaporizers.
Nick leaps and bang widget.
Jordan's next. That fog won't help. Oh, no, he's down too.
Hello, sir. I'm terribly sorry.
Nick gets a well-mannered goo grenade from Scabbington.
Alana's turn now on the gruesome twosome. No! She'll have to try again after Emily's had her go.
Hello, sir. Goodbye.
Well, that wasn't very gentlemanly, was it?
Here's Emily. Gorgonzola bud!
Well, Emily landed on her own 2 feet, which in this instance was probably the worst thing to do.
Or the best if you're a Splat fan.
Good point. Anyway, she's moved on to the clobbering cannons. What was that?
For a moment there, it was like Scab was back on the course.
Emily's now in the lead. She takes a leap and she's onto the royal ramps.
It's time for your late night snack.
Thanks, Fane.
Oh, Emily's really paying the price for being out in front.
Sink plunger! Alanna is clobbered.
Emily's about to leap onto the rock wall.
And yes, she's made it. She's a short but slippery climb away from victory.
Give me like an angry tiger.
Brilliant, Emily, but don't listen to Cook. He's trying to put you off.
Hey, here comes my man Jordan. This final's not over yet. And remember, if he wins, you get pied.
Well, my girl Alanna's still in the game too. Look, there she is on the ramps.
Give me one more wave to the camera, girl. Oh, yes.
Oh, that could be the first royal wave of our new queen, captured for posterity.
It is. Emily is over, and the crown is in her hands, and we have a new queen of Splatalot.
Lord Scabbington approves, and Cook's still taking photos.
Smile, Your Majesty. Lovely.
Well played to the other brave attackers, but they lost to a young lady who simply refused to give up.
Yeah, Queen Emily defeated all, including our joint favourites, Jordan and Alanna.
Which means she rules the kingdom.
She does, but who rules the splats? Our splat of the day comes from Collin. Back in round 1, the battle axes bamboozled him so much that he ended up head over heels in the moat.
Thanks, Collin. You may not have won Splatalot, but you're a winner to us.
Hey, and talking of winners, I suppose we just forget all about our little Jordan-Alanna pie challenge, eh?
Sorry, chaps, you both lost. Here's Emily's journey to the crown. Doodle pip.
Her journey didn't start too well.
I didn't know there was water involved.
But she soon became best friends with the moat and even took a shine to the slime.
She only just scraped through in round 2, finishing equal third, and was also a slow starter in the final.
But she dug deep and made it to the rock wall first, and after that, she was picture perfect.
All hail Queen Emily!
My first act as Queen of Splatalot is to throw one of you into this swamp. I wish I could do it to all of you, but tonight, it's gonna be you, Scab.
Scab.
You see me?
Where is he?
Hold on a second.
Scab! Scabbington was Scab all along. I feel such a fool.
It was that cunning disguise.
Yes, Scab, yeah, you the one.
We'll have plenty more splats for you next time, but for now, we'll leave you as Scab on the scary go-round.
Chortle, chortle, task, task.
If he behaved more like Scabbington, then maybe he wouldn't have been picked.
Scab rules! We'll see you soon.
But until then, keep splatting!